At 2:17 in the morning, a child, in a torn nightgown, ran barefoot through the iron gates of the Wellington estate, screaming one name into the darkness: Marcus Wellington. She carried a promise in her trembling hands, and her mother's blood on her clothes. Some promises are made in whispers. Others are carved into your soul with a knife. This is a story about the second kind. 16 years ago, Marcus Wellington was just a kid from the South Side with a dream too big for his neighborhood. Brilliant, ambitious, and hopelessly in love with a girl named Amara Hayes. She was everything he wasn't: graceful, grounded, the kind of beauty that made you believe in something bigger than yourself. He told her once, under the bleachers after a football game, that he was going to build an empire. That one day, he'd have enough money and power to protect everyone he loved. She smiled, kissed his cheek, and gently, kindly broke his heart. Marcus, you're my best friend, but I don't feel that way about you. He never recovered. Not really. Fast forward 16 years. Marcus Wellington is no longer that hopeful kid. He's a self-made billionaire, owner of Wellington Health Systems, a network of trauma centers across 12 states. Forbes calls him the surgeon who became a king. But every award, every accolade, every zero added to his net worth has been a distraction. Because late at night, when the champagne goes flat and the boardroom empties, he still thinks about her, Amara Hayes, the girl who got away. He hasn't spoken to her since graduation, hasn't seen her, except once, across a crowded hotel lobby at a medical conference 5 years ago. He ducked into a stairwell rather than face her. Pathetic, maybe, but some wounds don't heal. They just learn to stay quiet until the day she walks into his ER. It's a Tuesday, routine, forgettable. Marcus is reviewing surgical schedules when his head nurse, Linda, approaches him with a tablet and a strange expression. "Dr. Wellington, we have a patient in exam 4, second-degree burn on her hand, says it happened while cooking." Marcus barely looks up. "So refer her to..." "There are other marks. Bruising on her arms. Defensive wounds, maybe. I thought you'd want to see her." He takes the tablet, scans the intake form. Patient name: Amara Hayes Monroe. The tablet hits the floor. "Dr. Wellington? Are you okay?" He can't answer, can't breathe, because that name is a grenade, and it just went off in his chest. Amara. She's here. Marcus stands outside exam 4 for a full minute, hand on the door, heart hammering like he's 19 again. When he finally steps inside, time stops. There she is, Amara Hayes. No, Monroe now, she got married. Sitting on the exam table, cradling her left hand. She's thinner than he remembers, tired, shadows under her eyes that speak of sleepless nights and unspoken pain. But God, she's still the most beautiful woman he's ever seen. She looks up. Their eyes meet, and the world fractures. Marcus. His name falls from her lips like a prayer, like a curse, like something she's been holding inside for 16 years. He can't speak. All he can do is stare, drowning in the sight of her. I can't. Her voice breaks. This can't be real. It's real, he finally manages. His voice is rough, unsteady. I'm real. A small voice interrupts. Mama, who's that? Marcus blinks. There's a little girl in the corner, maybe 7, with warm brown skin, dark curls pulled into 2 puffs, and eyes that hold far too much knowledge for a child. She's watching Marcus carefully, like she's learned to measure danger in adults. This is Dr. Wellington, baby, Amara says softly. We knew each other a long time ago. Hi, she says quietly. Hi there. What's your name? Naomi. Marcus forces himself into doctor mode, moves closer, takes Samara's hand, and the moment their skin touches, electricity races up his arm. Her breath catches. Their eyes lock again. She feels it too. 16 years, and it hasn't faded at all. Tell me what happened, Marcus says gently, examining the burn. It's bad, 2nd degree, angry and blistered. But it's the other marks that make his blood run cold. Yellowing bruises on her forearms, fingerprints on her wrist. I was cooking, grabbed the hot pan without thinking. It's a lie, a smooth, practiced lie. Amara, his voice drops. These bruises. She bruises easily. Her eyes are pleading. Don't ask, don't push, don't make me say it. But Marcus has been a trauma surgeon for 10 years. He knows the signs. As he cleans and dresses the wound, the silence between them is suffocating. How have you been? She finally whispers. How has he been? Busy. I took over my father's clinic, expanded it. We're up to 12 hospitals now. Her eyes widen. Marcus, that's incredible. It kept him from thinking about her every single day. That's what it did. What about you? I got married 7 years ago. We have Naomi. She's the best thing I've ever done. Married? Of course she is. She moved on, built a life. Are you happy? The question escapes before he can stop it. Amara's face crumbles for just a second before she rebuilds the mask. I have Naomi. She makes everything worth it. That's not an answer. Marcus finishes wrapping her hand. Keep this clean and dry. Change the dressing daily. If there's any sign of infection, come back immediately. Thank you. Amara, he pulls out a business card, writes his personal cell number on the back. If you ever need anything, day or night, you call me. She stares at the card like it might burn her worse than the pan. Marcus, I can't. Please. His voice cracks. I know I don't have the right. I know it's been 16 years, but seeing you hurt like this is killing me. So please, just take it, even if you never use it. Her hand trembles as she takes the card. Their fingers brush. I have to go, she whispers, tears streaming down her face. My husband will be wondering where I am. The way she says husband, with a thread of fear woven into it, makes Marcus want to break something. As they reach the door, Naomi looks up at him with those 2 old eyes. You're a good doctor, she says suddenly. You didn't hurt Mama as much as the other doctors did. Other doctors. So this isn't the first time. Marcus's fists clench. Amara? She turns back, and the look on her face, longing and regret and desperate, hopeless love, nearly brings him to his knees. It's good to see you, he manages. What he wants to say, I love you, I never stopped, leave him, Come back to me. Let me save you. You too, Marcus. She smiles, but it's the saddest thing he's ever seen. And then she's gone. Marcus stands in the empty exam room, heart in pieces, on the sterile floor. Then he pulls out his phone. Victor, I need a full background check. Amara Hayes Monroe and her husband. I need to know everything. Because Marcus Wellington has spent 16 years becoming powerful enough to protect the woman he loves. And even if she doesn't want him, even if she chose someone else, he's going to make damn sure she's safe. 3 days later, Amara returns. More bruises, fresh ones, poorly hidden under makeup. Marcus gives Naomi crayons and paper, teaches her to fold origami cranes. And when Amara steps out to use the restroom, he kneels beside the little girl. Naomi, listen to me. If your mama ever needs help, real help, you come find me. No matter what, I promise I'll keep her safe. He hands her his card. Naomi studies his face with those ancient eyes. Do you love my mama? Marcus's throat closes. Yes, more than anything. Then I believe you. If you believe no one deserves to live in fear of the person who's supposed to love them, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this story is about to get a whole lot more intense. And if you can't stand bullies who hide behind power, you need to see what happens next. At 2:27 a.m. on a Friday night, Marcus Wellington is awoken by his security system. Someone has breached the front gate. He pulls up the camera feed, and his heart stops. A child, running, barefoot, wearing a nightgown stained dark with something that looks like... No. Marcus is out of bed, down the stairs, through the door before his security team can react. Naomi collapses into his arms, sobbing so hard she can barely breathe. He hurt her. He hurt Mama really bad. She won't wake up. There's so much blood. Where is she? Marcus's voice is ice and fire. Home. Kitchen floor. I called 911, but then I ran because you promised. Marcus scoops her up and runs to his car. Victor, get my surgical team to Sutton Medical, prep OR1, and call Detective Sarah Chen. Tell her Marcus Wellington has information on an attempted murder in progress. He buckles her in, floors the accelerator. How far did you walk, sweetheart? I don't know. A really long way. Marcus checks the GPS. 3 miles. A 7-year-old girl walked 3 miles in the dead of night to find him. You were so brave. I was scared. Brave people are always scared. They just do it anyway. He looks at her. Your mama is going to be so proud of you. What if she dies? Marcus's hands tighten on the wheel. She won't. I won't let her. You promise? And there it is. The question that will haunt him forever if he fails. I promise. The ambulance is already at Amara's house when Marcus arrives. He flashes his credentials, takes over the scene. And when he sees her on that stretcher, unconscious, face swollen, blood in her hair, his world stops. I'm riding with her, he tells the EMTs. We're going to Sutton Medical. Non-negotiable. He leans close to her ear. Amara, it's Marcus. I've got you. You're safe now. Her eyelids flutter, but don't open. At the hospital, the surgery takes 5 hours. Internal bleeding, ruptured spleen, 3 broken ribs, 1 punctured her lung, severe concussion, defensive wounds all over her arms. Marcus works with the precision of a man who cannot afford to fail. "How does someone do this?" his resident whispers. "Because he's not human," Marcus says quietly, hands steady inside Amara's abdomen. "He's a monster. And when she wakes up, he'll never touch her again." At 6:43 a.m., he closes the last incision. She's stable. Marcus walks to the head of the table and does something he's never done in an OR before. He leans down and presses his lips to her forehead. "Welcome home, Amara. I've been waiting for you." 48 hours later, Amara wakes up. Marcus is sitting beside her bed. He hasn't left since the surgery. Naomi is curled up in a chair nearby, finally asleep after 2 days of terrified vigil. Amara's eyes open slowly, confused, disoriented. Then she sees him. "Marcus?" His hand finds hers. "Hey, welcome back." She blinks, processing. "Naomi, where's—" "She's right here. She's safe. You're both safe." Tears spill down Amara's cheeks. "She came to you. She kept my promise for me." "Marcus, I'm so sorry." "Don't." His voice is firm, but gentle. "You have nothing to apologize for. Nothing. Do you understand?" She's crying openly now. "He's going to come for me. He always does. He's already in custody. Detective Chen arrested him 12 hours ago. Assault with intent to kill. He's not getting bail, Amara. He's not getting anywhere near you ever again." She stares at him, disbelieving. "How?" "Because I made a promise to your daughter. And because—" Marcus's voice breaks. "Because I never stopped loving you. Not in 16 years. Not for a single day." The air between them crackles. "Marcus." "You don't have to say anything. I don't expect—" "I lied to you." Her words tumble out in a rush. 16 years ago, when I said I didn't feel the same way, I lied. I was terrified. My parents were pressuring me to focus on school, to not get distracted by boys. And you were so much, so intense. I was scared of how much I felt for you, so I pushed you away. And I've regretted it every day since." Marcus can't breathe. "I married David because I thought I could be safe, stable. I thought if I chose someone practical, someone my parents approved of, I could forget you. But I couldn't. And then it all fell apart. And I was trapped. And." She breaks down completely. Marcus pulls her into his arms, carefully, mindful of her injuries, and holds her while she sobs. "You're not trapped anymore," he whispers into her hair. "I've got you. I've got both of you. And I'm never letting go again." 3 days later, Marcus is reviewing Amara's discharge papers when Detective Chen arrives with news. "We searched David Monroe's home office, found financial records. Turns out he's been embezzling from his law firm for 3 years, nearly $2 million. He's looking at 10 to 15 years minimum." Marcus nods. "Good." Chen studies him. "You know, it's interesting. The firm didn't know about the embezzlement until an anonymous tip came in 48 hours ago. Very detailed. Almost like someone had hired a forensic accountant to dig through Monroe's entire financial history. Marcus's expression doesn't change. Is that so? You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Dr. Wellington? I'm a surgeon, detective, not an accountant. Chen almost smiles. Right. Well, either way, Monroe's done. He'll be lucky if he ever practices law again. After she leaves, Marcus's assistant, Victor, appears in the doorway. The forensic team found what you asked for, sir. Monroe's been skimming for years. I made sure every transaction was documented and sent to the DA's office. Good work, Victor. Sir, if I may, you could have just had him arrested for the assault. Why go through all this? Marcus's eyes are cold. Because I want him to lose everything. The way he tried to take everything from her: money, career, freedom, dignity. I want him to know what it feels like to have nothing left. Victor nods slowly. Understood, sir. 2 weeks later, Amara is cleared for discharge. Marcus has set her and Naomi up in a private suite at his estate. Separate wing, full security, no pressure. She's been quiet, healing, slowly coming back to herself. On her last night in the hospital, he brings Naomi to visit. The little girl runs to her mother, and they hold each other for a long time. Then Naomi looks at Marcus. Are you going to keep taking care of us? As long as you'll let me, Marcus says. Forever? He smiles. If your mama wants me around that long. Naomi looks at her mother. Do you, Mama? Amara's eyes fill with tears. She looks at Marcus, this man who's loved her for 16 years, who saved her life, who's given her and her daughter a future. Yes, she whispers. Forever sounds perfect. Marcus crosses the room and takes her hand. I meant what I said, Amara. I never stopped loving you, but I need you to know I don't expect anything. You and Naomi can stay at the estate as long as you need, no strings. I just want you safe and happy. What if I want strings? She smiles through her tears. What if I want you, Marcus, the way I should have wanted you 16 years ago? He leans down, presses his forehead to hers. Then you're mine. I've always been yours. If you believe in second chances, in love that refuses to die, in promises that move mountains, in fighting for the people who matter most, subscribe to Hearts and Empires right now. Because this is what real love looks like. It's messy and fierce, and it never, ever gives up. Hit that notification bell if you believe everyone deserves a love like this. 6 months later, Amara and Naomi have moved into the estate permanently. Slowly, carefully, Marcus and Amara have rebuilt what they lost 16 years ago, but stronger this time, rooted in truth. David Monroe is serving 12 years in federal prison, and Marcus Wellington has just done something he's been planning for months. On a Sunday morning, in the garden where Naomi's teaching him to paint, Marcus drops to one knee. He opens a velvet box. Amara Hayes, I've loved you since I was 15 years old. I loved you when I had nothing, and I love you now when I have everything. You and Naomi are my everything. Will you marry me? Amara's hands fly to her mouth. Tears stream down her face. Yes, God, yes, 1,000 times yes. Naomi cheers. Marcus slides the ring onto her finger, pulls her into his arms, and kisses her like he's been waiting 16 years to do it. Because he has. And as they stand there in the sunlight, Naomi wraps her arms around both of them. I knew you'd save her, the little girl whispers. Marcus smiles. I made you a promise. But here's what no one knows yet. 3,000 miles away, David Monroe sits in his prison cell, staring at a letter that arrived this morning. It's from his lawyer. His case is being appealed. New evidence has surfaced. Evidence that could get him released early. And the person funding the appeal? Amara's estranged father, a man with his own billions, his own power, and his own very specific ideas about who his daughter should be with. The war isn't over. It's just beginning.